Gamers of all kinds and varieties, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here back with Paperwork Pantheon with another episode, another thrilling time. Last week, where we left off, we'll get to that. Amelia, introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, my name is Amelia Somm, and also named Amelia is the cutest little cow in Frankfurt, Germany that was named after me today. My character is A's, who, to my knowledge, has no cows named after them. They're the god of time and space and stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised if A's did have cows named after them, but that they didn't know about the cows.
Yeah, that's
why,
true.
to my knowledge, A's does not have a cat named after.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
My name is Brooklyn Tuesday, and you can find content on my social media platforms this time around.
Crazy.
It's crazy work.
Is Brooklyn Tuesday making content? Where can they find this?
I've made lots of contents.
Where can they find
Brooklyn
this?
Tuesday everywhere. The
Hell
fortunate
yeah.
thing about my name is that it's not. What? Do not scratch that chair. I can hear her digging her little claws. I clipped her claws like the other day. She shouldn't be doing that. Anyhow, that's Jester. She's much cooler than I am. And I'm playing Viari, the god of truth, lies, dreams, stories, and maybe imagination if I can nab it.
Perhaps.
Maybe
Even.
if I can steal it.
Perhaps.
There's also fiction. Perhaps.
Daniel.
Hi, I'm Danny, aka the puppy pooper cleaner upper. I'm playing Godfried. And he's cooler than me.
Dude, Godfrey's cooler than a lot of people.
It's cooler than all of us.
Where we left off, the party had just killed Fate. The god of Fate, or rather the god of Fate, peacefully resigned with a deal that the cards that they drew would have ill portents for the future. Viari, never wanting to be on the bad end of a deal ever again, made it so that the cards would have they could choose one of the cards to have a negative backlash on Alistair at some point in the future. The cards that they can choose from are the Devil and the Magician, as A's card, while it did happen on a technicality, actually did never happen. So,
Can I just say with the card thing, I, honest to God, thought that you had planned the cards that we pulled. Viari pulling the Magician, which if people in chat do not know anything about tarot cards, you wouldn't know this off rip. The Magician card is the card of deception and power. Viari pulling the Magician. I thought you planned that. I didn't think it was an honest pull. That's crazy work.
and pulling the Devil for Godfrey.
Oh, yeah.
the evilest man. The Magician was a crazy pull, because it's also my favorite card.
It's my favorite card, too.
Wow.
A manifestation card.
Amelia, what's your favorite tarot card?
Oh, hey,
High Priestess. You want to know the best
Mine's
tarot?
the Two of Pentacles. That's a lie. I don't know what it does.
Fuck you. No, it's not.
My favorite
don't speak for me.
tarot card experience, because the High Priestess is very big on like intuition, is that one of my friends was doing tarot card readings for people and was like, do you want a tarot card reading? And I said, no, I just want to draw the High Priestess. And they shuffle the cards and I drew a single card and it was the High Priestess. And I said,
That's
well,
aura.
I'm
That's
done.
aura.
That is the High Priestess. That's what they would
crazy.
do. That's
Yeah, it's my card.
I'm in the piss dimension right now, guys. Look.
Oh wow, good for you. I didn't know you were shooting out of New Mexico for like 3 seconds.
Dude,
So
yeah,
I
I'm
posted
welcome to
cows
Mexico and
in
Breaking
the-
Bad.
Paperwork Pantheon Discord channel so everyone can see the cows if you're watching this.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of entities cooler than us, that cow, for one thing.
Dude, that cow's aura farming.
I love the mum's little haircut. The mum's little
Little fringe
hairstyle.
bang.
Yeah, the bangs. Oh, Jester's being so cuddly right now.
Good for Chester. Today I am letting everybody know I am tired. I've been trying to get this mannequin for our friend Z main character because of this like a whole week, and it's just been a whole lot of bullshit.
For a what?
For our friend Z, a Mauled Hound's partner.
We have A's. It was a fake D&D character, and Z, very real
Yeah.
character.
Very real person. And then there's also Z's, who is a D&D character. Anyway, I've been trying to get this mannequin for Z because one of the biggest stores in Canada is closing down forever because they went under American management for 20 years. That's what happens.
Let's go.
And
That's
so
the American touch. Let's go, W baby.
So they're liquidating. I finally got my hands on the mannequin for $50, which is a fucking
go.
steal. That
Huge.
shit was $300 a week ago. So they were trying to get rid of those things.
Crazy.
Anyway, we threw in an extra pair of arms. Just in case you need an extra pair of arms for $10. You never know.
That's so funny. I like the idea that you're just gonna send Z this mannequin, but it's got extra. Don't tell Z. Don't tell Z that the mannequin has extra arms. Just send them.
Just
It's like, oh yeah,
attach
that's
them.
here. It's like,
Just-
oh my.
It just came like that. I don't fucking know, man. It's got tape on the back.
Z would love that shit.
That would be funny. Anyway, that's why I'm tired. That store was busy as fuck, and it drained my energy. But I have food
Real.
on the way, and you guys have things to discuss. As fate passes away before you, after saying their goodbyes, A's, you feel a little nudge in your backpack, just like a punch, almost like a baby kicking. Like,
Is it the little Zed?
It's little Zed.
Yeah, I take him out.
Mm-hmm. Guys.
Hi.
Hey, so, plan time. You know, I could feel something happening inside of that one's head, the gears turning. This is code for Viari. I want to help you make a plan work. I am technically a fragment off of Z's while he was a god. Technically. You guys have one opportunity to steal a domain from the dying gods. You smuggle me in there, you kill them, and that's the domain you can get. I can pull that off once. I want you guys to think about that. Because if I'm counting right, Fate just died. We still have death, luck, war, and then it's big guy. So, just thought I'd let you know. I came up with this plan by myself. And he gives A's a smooch and then hops back in the bag. Actually, he sits on your shoulder. He's like, I've been missing a while. Sorry. The TM forgot I existed.
Yeah, so did me. So did I.
Luck would be the most fitting.
Right, Lex seems like the best one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, things to think about. Luck would probably be a
Also,
good choice. War
having-
is technically 3 domains rolled into 1. So that's worth considering as well.
We don't need to be
That's
good at
true,
anything if we're
but-
lucky. That's my
yeah,
logic.
and also Luck's gonna cheat and shit.
But it's only after we kill Luck.
Yeah, but I mean to say that, like, if we had the ability to cheat against Alistair on our side.
Yeah.
Well, as you guys stay in the top of this tower with Beatrice already dead, stomping behind you, sounding like needles being rammed into stone, Mr. Nib arrives as well. He dashes in, busting through the wall. Where is she? You told me that there was one here.
Isn't she dead? Like, isn't there a body we could point to?
Yeah.
I just point.
Ah! Very good. I knew my subordinates would be very powerful. Thank you. And have you found the location of any others?
Don't think so.
No.
No.
There's 2 left. I wonder where they could be.
Is there anything else here we need to do?
I mean, you can ransack the place, look for clues. You're in the, I will say, just to kind of describe the importance of where you are in the innermost sanctum of the Church of Eyes. This place has the most secrets that could ever secret for this place.
Oh,
Okay,
hell
well, I
yeah.
want that shit.
Mm-hmm.
What I gotta do?
Please make an investigation check to investigate and possibly find something.
Can I make an investigation check? But I'm specifically looking for clues on the whereabouts of the next Beatrice.
That information might not be as readily apparent. You can certainly search Beatrice's body, though, but it's just
Okay.
it's like a different check.
Okay, yeah. I'll search Beatrice's body.
Go for it. Gottfried, would you like to search for anything? In your very stained Dare t-shirt.
I guess I'll look for anything pertaining to the occurrence of the fucky moon.
Okay, make an investigation check.
I got 6s on all of my secondary dice,
That's crazy.
or a total
Nasty.
of 37 with a natural 19.
37.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. As you lock in, you've never been more locked in.
I want secrets. I want the moon.
You,
My best friend.
you look around and you see there's a lot of books stashed away. There's a lot of iterations of the same book. There's like the Bible of sorts of this plane, their official holy text, whatever that is. You look through a couple iterations and then you find an iteration that stands out. You see one that is called Secrets of Lunar Cycles. That it's a very strange. It's got a weird little colon asterisk after it. You find the book. You open the book. You start reading through it. You start finding that this obviously we know now the current moon is not their old moon. But their old moon actually predicted this. Sorry.
Their old moon is the moon that I'm besties with, or the old moon that existed before things got weird.
Thank you. Sorry, I just got cola spilled on me because this thing was fizzy. But the old moon you were not besties with. The old moon you never met. You're currently met
Okay.
the new moon. The old moon did predict this current moon though. The old moon, which is odd considering it is an extraplanar entity that even Alistair was not entirely under the impression existed. So, all this to say, a lot of odd things about this book. The old moon predicted this moon would come. It predicted it would destroy the world. It predicted that there would be 3 saviors who would come and oust the moon. But it also predicted that the moon itself would stay. And you realize the next following sentences have not happened yet. The next following sentences are what you are going to do, or have the option to do.
Oh, great. Love that.
The new moon is an entity that is rife in hypocrisy and therefore is technically not allowed to exist. It is the soul of the Fae of undeath, wound and bound together so many times, killed so many times over that it gained a new sentience. However, the moon itself that it now is, this consuming entity that wants to propagate, is a function of it is merely operating on the functions of itself. It is trying to live. The spirit of undeath is trying to live and not live in it, and as a singular entity, but it wants to be life itself. That's why it took your soul. But your soul is more powerful than one that it thought it could handle. Your soul has its own sentience in a sense. This book predicts that this spirit, that this new moon would be released, controlled, and bound by an entity who itself can be 2 separate people. You can reason with it if you reason with yourself.
Okay, well, we should just do this.
You show the
Yeah,
body.
okay. I'll just get to releasing, controlling, and binding it to my other half.
Oh, you're gonna. You do need to like tell it that it's not really like here. You need to. You can like call it.
No, I was saying that to the group. I was like, just letting you know, like, okay, that's what we're gonna do now.
Okay, don't go crazy.
Listen, I got a 7 on my investigation check. All right, I'm doing nothing. Godfrey is looking out the window like, damn.
I got a 24, but that's.
The moon.
Well, what are you looking for, Viari?
I was trying to figure out where the next
Next Beatrice is.
Beatrice was.
You find some. I don't want to say like plans because that seems a little cartoonish, but you do find.
Big evil plan written in red letters and there's a poorly drawn skull.
Yeah, there's crayons with
angry.
dotted lines and circles everywhere. You do find a correspondences between the Beatrices. You find one of them is written down as I've set myself up in the basement of the underchurch. The beast is compliant for now.
Ooh.
And Godfrey, yeah, that moon be pretty. And it's outside.
Type shit.
I'll also say that you slowly find, as well as you're reading through these books, that whatever these Church of Eyes, I'm giving you a lot of information because that was a big check, and where all the secrets are.
Yeah.
The Church of Eyes is set up in such a fashion where in truth, the person who runs the church is the mouth, the propagandist for the church. The eyes are nothing more than very, very spiritually inclined figureheads. They are constantly casting the spell Dream while they look up at the moon in order to converse with each other in their spiritual bodies, as well as their own special versions of these spells. A lot of them have trapped themselves eternally on the planes of dreams and can no longer wake up, no matter what. And this is not Viari's plane of dreams. This is a separate thing. There's a weird nightmare realm that they channeled themselves into.
It goes to a different school. You've never heard of it.
Third option.
A secret third option. It's not real.
Sounds like they're stepping on my toes.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. I'll let you know. Hey, I went to the plane of dreams and no one knew you.
That's crazy work on account of that's my house.
Yeah.
It seems like when they started casting the spell to converse with this new moon, many of them, their bodies remained alive, but their souls died. They were consumed, they were destroyed, they were trapped. People who've gone to go and check on them have often claimed that they have been trapped in some sort of room with a snarling beast trying to eat everybody.
Oh yeah, the beast in the concrete room. We've all seen it.
Yeah, everyone's been there. But the Church of Eyes itself did used to communicate with the moon. But ever since this long night happened, the mouth has been solely making choices and edicts for the hunters, trying their best to stave off the night, but also doing a weird power grab at the same time. Trying to oust the eyes that used to give him commands and completely ignoring them. You find some of the ignored commands from the eyes to the mouth that were supposed to have been communicated. Stop the blood administration. It is poisoned. One of the first ones. There was another series of them. The beasts are our own cause. And one of the final ones, release the moon. It does not want us.
Oh, so I feel a little bit bad about all the eye things that we've killed, but I feel like if you lock yourself on a plane of dreams, even if it's for good intentions, you're just kind of opening yourself up to whatever shit happens on the material plane.
I think these people weren't very cautious, as many of them.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're really learning is that if every time we didn't try to talk to an eye, if every time we tried to talk to an eye, we didn't just end up watching them all get massacred in the weird concrete room, we could have learned some things sooner. Cool. We are here now. Mm-hmm. We gotta go kill the mouths, probably. Where are those guys?
They are supposed to be here. If they're not here, you did see that that a lot of the people have been massacred in the church.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if Beatrice got to them first, and that's why they stopped listening.
Also an option.
Question. If we beeline to the next Beatrice, assuming that there's going to be a god there, that we need to deal with someone from the Order of Pantheon, pretty soon, everyone in all of existence is going to be dead. Do we need to solve this problem, or can we just rewrite the world later with this solved?
Well, there's the meta part of me that's like, I can't imagine everything we've worked to is just meant to be ignored in favor of like the main thing. But I feel like getting the moon on our side is kind of a contingency for when power goes tits up, because we're going to have to fight power with its own power.
I agree. Plus, the Eldritch Moon thing is like outside of, the divine contract too, which means it's outside power as well.
Yeah.
So
I don't think we need to I don't think we need to prioritize making sure every single person in Fishhook knows what's gone on, but I do think the moon is an important piece here. But I do think if we find Beatrice, I think those things are intertwined.
Yeah, location of one Beatrice. You don't know the location of the second.
Where's the one again?
In the underchurch.
Oh yeah. Well, we could just go to the one in the underchurch so we know where it is. I could commune with the moon on the way. Thoughts?
not a bad idea. Not really much else we could do at this point, I'd say.
Yeah. I support your moon.
At the end of the day, the world is going to end, right?
I'm glad I've got you on Team Moon now. It's been a long time coming.
Okay, well, let's not say Team Moon. It's just like the enemy of my enemy is my friend, but it's more of an acquaintance.
But the enemy of your enemy is also your friend's friend.
Also, previously, frankly, I didn't feel that we were in enough of a position of power, literally and figuratively, for this to be a viable option, because last I saw, the moon had stolen one of your aspects and was controlling it, and that had gone kind of crazy, and it was threatening to take ours. It felt like a much bigger threat before. Right now, we're facing down the threat of Alistair. We are enlightened gods, whatever that means. Like, we got to deal with power. We got to deal with Beatrice. Look, honestly, the moon and its like whole contains the Fey spirit of undeath nonsense or whatever. Not that bad anymore.
Not that bad. All I'm hearing is I was right the whole time. We just had to wait.
Yes, Ace.
Wait, you know I'm the god of truth and lies, right?
And I'm telling the truth.
They're not wrong, but
it's true. They ain't lying.
They're not wrong, but they ain't right.
Ace has made strides with empathy. We haven't even touched ego yet.
You guys decide to talk and walk.
New for A's. Empathy.
Empathy,
Also,
unlocked.
do we all agree? Are we going to give Zed a domain?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Do we agree on luck? It feels the
think
most
so.
thematically appropriate. I don't want to give... I'm going to be so upfront with you. I don't want to give Z's luck. but I understand.
Well, it's not Z's, it's Zed.
I know.
It's little old me.
I know.
It's little old me.
Yeah, it's a little him.
Fuck off, you. You're tiny. You know exactly why.
He sits,
Why? It's
with,
little old
he
him.
sits with his feet up, kicking them on Aza's shoulder.
You're gonna have to prove some character growth, buddy.
Okay.
Fine.
Even if we give you this shit back, your godhood back, and you take this domain,
I am technically one infinitely small piece of a chaos god, actually. However, the rule applies.
Yeah.
What do you mean? That if he just sits in the domain for long enough?
If I sits, I fits.
That's what they called me in high school.
Just deliver a fucking cat meme to me mid D&D session.
That is
As
like a
long as
cat
we're
to me.
taking over a divine domain.
That is like a cat if a cat were a little guy.
If a cat was a psychopath who had tried to fuck
So a
over
cat.
Viari so many times.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Okay.
cat,
I'm gonna
Viari.
go.
I don't know what your
let's
problem is.
Get moving, and I'm gonna
Alright.
talk to the moon as we're outside.
Type shit.
All right. You guys begin making your way back down. Begin making your way to, I'm assuming, the Underchurch. Do you send Nib anywhere, or is Nib following you?
I think we should have Nib look for the other Beatrice.
Yeah, I agree.
Excellent. Post haste! Huzzah! And he sprints away. He does cartwheels, and it kind of looks like a rotating death wheel. It's very loud also. It's incredibly loud. It's aggressive. But you guys begin to talk and walk, make your way to the Underchurch. As you are making your way down there, how would you like to communicate with your moon aspect?
I think I would like to. I think I'm just gonna do that thing, you know, but like in a spiritual sense where you're looking at the moon and you're like, wow, the person I love, me, is looking at the same moon right now, and try in the same way that like the moon reflects light, I'm trying to like beam, you know, those like little mirrors they put on the moon so you can see that it's there. I'm doing that, but I'm like trying to reach out spiritually to connect with, I think it's the present that I lost, right?
Yeah.
To connect with the present.
Please make an Arcana check.
And be real in the moment about it. That's thematic.
Yo, I'm doing this right now.
I'm doing this like right now. I'm actually being so present. Ooh. That's a 12.
Oi.
I rolled so good on the last one.
It does not seem like you can connect to your moon aspect with merely thinking about it real hard and being really, really self-absorbed about it. But
Okay.
perhaps some utilizations of spells.
Yeah,
could help this.
that's my plan
You want to see
B.
if the Viami can track him down?
No, I think I'd like this to be a kind of a. I think it's important that it's a personal experience, you know?
Okay. Let me know if you change your mind.
I am going to.
I don't know if you can
Oh.
hear the dogs. They sound like they're dying. They're not. They're just sad that my landlords have left the house for 5 minutes.
Aw.
I apologize if
okay.
you can hear them crying
In my
downstairs.
parents' neighborhood, there's a dog that bark sounds like a woman screaming. It is incredibly unsettling.
It's one of them in particular like is very loud and it sounds very sad, and I'm like, buddy, you which is funny because his name is actually Buddy. Buddy,
Yeah.
they'll be back. They'll be back in like an hour. They do this every day. You gotta get used to it.
Okay. I think I'm gonna pull out my rune caster.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to use the runes. I think communion,
Mm-hmm.
lake, dream, and sleep.
All right.
And And then I wonder if I should also activate the nightmare room in addition to dream. I don't know.
I said
Amelia,
rooms for a
don't.
second. I know you're talking about rooms, but I thought you said I activate the nightmare room, and I'm like, okay then.
I also heard room.
I think I
Yeah,
said it
that'd
wrong
be
because
good.
I was trying to say rune and dream. The nightmare rune, because it's about like change and manifestation and control, since I'm reaching out to a part of me that is created from myself, but was also kind of not created by the self. And so it is within myself, and it is also a perversion of the self. And
Give it a go.
I'll cast at... Let's do... 14 is the highest level I can cast before bad shit happens?
Yes.
Okay, I think I'll do a 12th level casting.
Got you. You cast a spell, activating all of these runes on your rune caster. Viari, Godfried, you watch as Aze goes into a state that elves aren't supposed to go into, sleep.
Sweepy
And
time.
they fall on the ground.
Oh, I'm gonna also be using my moon spell slot for that instead of the other
Excellent.
ones that I can opt off.
Excellent.
Real, true, based.
Someone's gonna need to carry A's or put them on a floating disc.
I got it. I got it.
I think
Yeah.
Not a
at first
problem.
Viari tries and like gets their arms under Ace.
No.
Ace is not that
No.
heavy, but Viari is not that strong and is like,
Yeah, I think
Well,
especially because I'm in my
well.
bard wizard form, like I don't have that much. I think what happens though is I don't realize that I'm just gonna fall asleep immediately. I'm not thinking about it, so I'm just like walking alongside you all and then immediately eat shit.
You fall
Oh,
on
okay.
top of VR.
wait, can I make a dex save to stop them from hitting their head?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I like how we have Godfrey, a ship brick house right here. But Viari's like, no, I gotta do it.
Yeah.
I gotta help my friend.
I got this. Wait, this
We
is
already.
my
I,
turn.
okay then.
I rolled 3.
Yeah, Ace falls on top of you as you try to help them.
Yeah, you break A's fall.
You-
Masterful gambit, we already. Can I, please?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Godfrey, you just pick them up.
Yep.
Asleep,
I know I
and still
do.
clutching
I
my
know
little
I
ring
do.
caster.
Both of us at the same time.
Yeah, no, I pick up.
Carry them like
Yeah.
handbags.
Just like, yep.
Please,
okay.
you can let me go.
Nope.
I promise I can walk. I
Nope.
tried to help them.
I don't
I
believe you.
fell on something.
I don't believe you can walk on your own.
Listen, I was doing just fine before I tried to catch them.
Oh.
That's funny. Ace, as you are asleep, but you don't know it. You find yourself sitting in a, staring at the moon, but more importantly, the moon that looks like a giant eyeball, and it is looking right at you. Walking out from the pupil is a version of yourself that you let go, or that let itself go. She is looking more alien than when you last saw her. Twisting tendrils have completely enveloped her arms. She's not walking, she's floating. These tendril-like appendages curl around her in an arc. And you realize that her eyes themselves have gone completely dark, and instead a very large eyeball has appeared on her forehead, where she is now seeing out of. Ace, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Why are you here?
Well, you know the things that I knew before we parted, yes? Do you know the things I know now? I don't know anything of what you've been up to.
I know of things that we did before we separated, but I do not know anything of what you've done since.
Right. So same general plan, rewriting reality, We have met Eternagrax, severed ourselves from the contract, and are now in sort of the end game of our plan.
Well, that's exciting.
It is exciting. I do need you for it, though.
Do you need me or do you want me for it?
Well, I would like to have you for it. It would be much nicer if I could have you for it. I mean, if you don't want to, we can figure something else out. But I do think, in a way, I feel like it is in our best interest to reconnect.
From my perspective, where I sit, you can't erase me. When everything
Correct.
resets, I'm currently outside the domains of the contract. I will be there. I will be immune to the ongoings of your whole situation. I don't know if it services me to help you. If that makes sense.
Sure. I suppose I was going off the assumption that I still consider you a part of me, and I would assume that you still consider me a part of you. I have two aspects and you have one, but if the situation were reversed and you contained two of my aspects and I contained one of yours, I think we would find ourselves in a similar situation. I don't think either of us would be any less who we were or any more.
I mean, we did leave the regular planes for thousands of years at a time. How many people did we let crumble to dust? In a weird way, I feel like for the first time I'm... Maybe not me, but you. You're in the seat of where we leave people sometimes, huh?
Yes.
How's Viari?
Same as they always are.
Hey, I've had character growth.
We didn't split that far ago. I mean, I think Viari knows what needs to be done. I think Viari clings to probably more of this world than we will be able and that I will be inclined to bring over if we're setting up a new reality.
Things are going to be very different. Very. I want to help you because you're me. But I don't find myself wanting this. I find myself in the way that a leg doesn't want to move, it feels obligated to.
Recently, yeah, I can empathize with that. And
Me when I learn therapy, sorry.
Me when I learn a new word in therapy. I would not ask you to sacrifice yourself any more than I would expect you to believe that I would sacrifice myself for you. But I am invested in both, or just our mutual survival. And I believe that by strengthening the connection between us, by releasing the moon and binding it to the both of us, we can maintain the separation that we have now, while I think both giving up a bit of that autonomy without going back into what we previously were. And I think that will bode well for the longevity of this entity's existence as it relates to our plane, considering that if there is no presence outside of this reality, within this reality, I genuinely do not know if that is severing you entirely from the world that will be. And you may want that. I don't really know what you've been up to recently, but I would like to. I'd like to share what I know with you, and I would like to know what you have done.
Make a persuasion check at advantage.
Persuasion. Okay. Pretty. It's not. Okay. Yeah, that persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
49.
Jesus.
I got 7 secondary die.
It's hard arguing with yourself when you believe you're always right.
Yeah. And I know exactly what I would need to hear.
Yeah.
And I do genuinely have both of our best interests at heart. And I also know that.
All right. Then I agree. Let's work together.
Right.
Then
She
extends her weird tendrily arm to offer up a handshake of sorts.
Oh, yeah. Ace is like, damn, that's cool as hell.
Are you gonna take the hand of the weird tendrily arm?
Absolutely, without hesitation.
It's gross. But a few things happen very quickly. First of all, you feel this aspect that you gave up and your current aspect that you have joining each other. Less like somebody coming home, more like you've knocked down a fence between you and your neighbor. Mm-hmm. And you find your identities, yourselves merge. And you find yourself. You look down at your body, and it's yours. No tendrils. But you just had tendrils and weird tentacle ligaments. And when you think about what you just had, you realize they are there. You simultaneously can now swap between your aspects as a bonus action, if you so choose. Additionally, Godfried and Viari, I'm going to say a word, and I want you to choose a word. Might or right?
Height or right?
Might.
Might or
Might
right.
or right.
Said a
I want
height.
right.
Listening
Right.
ears.
Right.
Listening ears.
You were far away from
Right.
your mic. I'm sorry. I was listening. No,
You
I'm
know what they
not.
say,
Listen
height
to
makes
listen.
might.
Height makes light work of.
But do we choose one each? Do we choose one each?
Yes, you get to each. Both of you
Okay,
can choose the
Yeah, I'll
same.
choose
word.
height.
I'm choosing right.
You're choosing right. Okay, and Godfried,
Yeah.
what are you choosing?
I guess I'll choose might. Sure.
Okay. Viari.
There's nothing I love more than being right in this world.
Oh, we know.
Viari. Please choose a stat out of the mental stats to set permanently to 30.
Okay. Here's okay, question. Because I have
You can set.
storyteller, which puts
It to
charisma to 30 automatically. So if I chose charisma, that
You
negates
would be
half of
wasting it.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I should choose one of the others.
Mm-hmm.
I fear. Can I think about it? I gotta figure out if I fear intelligence or wisdom throws more than.
Godfried, you chose might. There's more to this, but while you make that choice, Viari, Godfried, you chose might.
This is true.
Mm-hmm. All smites now deal double dice.
Let me write that down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta write that down. All right. Okay, cool.
And 1/4 of the damage applied strips that much armor.
Cool.
This effect is checked at the end of your action. Additionally, please choose a physical stat to set to 30.
Sick nasty. Okay. Let me just run the numbers real quick. Figure this out.
Is there any chance that I could convince you to let storyteller affect a different stat so that I can just have charisma be my high? I just don't like the idea that charisma is not going to be my highest.
I know. Agony.
Okay, yeah, I'm
I hate
absolutely
when I get
absolutely
to
putting
set
that
a
in the dex.
stat to 30 and I have two
Offbeat,
stats
I'm
set to
absolutely
30.
putting it in the dex. Do
Did
you
your
want to know my
armor class
AC
just
is?
get to fucking... What's your AC?
It's 34.
So dumb.
Oh
I
my
hate you.
God.
I hate you. You're evil.
Yep.
Godfrey is now doing backflips everywhere.
What?
Godfrey is now doing backflips everywhere.
Whee! It's the fucking Leon Kennedy flip off the wall between the two chainsaws.
Yeah. Well, Viari decides between Int and Wiz. Ace, you have this ability to swap between your
Charisma
aspects.
is not off the table, by the way.
Oh, my bad. While you think about... while you find yourself able to swap between your aspects, you find that the moon's presence is there. That all-consuming want to be everything. And then it slowly fades as the presence of your mind overtakes it. And as you look back at the moon, you see rather than those red blood tears, you see the tears go clear. As almost like a very slow moving, delicate waterfall starts to fly down Ott's cheeks. You feel a presence that you're unfamiliar with in your mind. Who's there?
Hello?
Who is this? Whose body is this?
Whose voice is this?
I am.
Are you undead?
I'm. Yes, that is me. I am.
Okay.
I'm free. I'm free. But I'm not free. I'm stuck again in you. But I have a mind to think.
And a buddy. Space is in there somewhere.
What? Oh, is that
Space?
what this ant is?
Okay, it's relative.
I need to think. I won't bother you.
Okay. Let me know when you've come to any conclusions.
Yeah. All right, Viari. A moment of truth.
I want to pick charisma so bad. I guess I'll pick wisdom. I hate not having my primary stat be my highest one.
But it
This
is
actual-
though. It
this
just
is
doesn't look like
actual
it.
punishment. This is a literal punishment. This is a hell on earth for me. This is torture.
This is crazy.
Woe is
Anyway.
Brooke.
Anyway, Brooke, you
I
also
hate
get
this.
your base armor is now set permanently to 50. So every time you take damage, you knock off 50 damage from it before taking a subsequent damage.
Okay. That's crazy talk.
And this is
And
great.
that makes
because
me really
when we're
nervous
in
about the damage
combat-
they're about to be doing to us.
What's gonna happen is Offbeat will be swinging hard to hit the two of you, and when Ace dies instantaneously, I'll just bamf over to my moon self, safely sequestered in an alternate dimension.
Listen, Offbeat can't hurt me basically unless he goes for saving throws, which is gonna happen. So
I will. Don't you worry.
Oh, I'm very aware. I'm very aware. Yeesh.
But Ace wakes up in Godfrey in being carried like a handbag.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Viari is the entire time going, just put me down.
I can
No.
walk.
No,
if
it's
you-
okay.
Okay. I think it went well, by the way.
Yeah, I feel much more dexterous now. I say as I put Viari on the ground and do a kickflip off her.
Do you take no damage?
Put Viari back in my hand.
Viari, that was an odd experience, but that was worth 10,000 points. That was an awesome trick. You guys keep walking to the Undercity, to the Underchurch.
Now Ace is thinking, what can I do with this third aspect now that I got two here and one over there?
You're trying to loan out your aspect. You find yourselves walking through the Undercity. The streets have gone all but quiet at this point. There's many people are dead and gone, but the moon you see and you look up, this eye as it stares down at you is slowly descending as well for the first time. Well, not descending, rather receding. It's pulling back. It seems to be not necessarily going away entirely, but it no longer is trying to crash through reality. You make your way down to the Undercity, the way that fucking what's Fluffy Kid's name? Rascal showed you, and eventually you arrive at the church. Church also abandoned. In fact, the distinct lack of beasts is concerning. There are no beasts anywhere. You haven't seen a beast in hours, which is surprising considering you saw them everywhere when you first dropped into Fishhook. You see this church empty. Dead hunters everywhere outside. Blood has been splayed all over the ground. Sounds quiet inside. What do you do?
I clutch each of them under my arms like a white woman covering her purse.
You're clutching your pearls.
Mm-hmm. Just like, no, literally both of them just like kittens, it's dangerous.
You can worm your way out of this grapple at any time, by the way.
Oh, it's not a grapple. It's not a grapple. They're voluntarily here.
What else am I gonna do?
I feel like, Ace, you take the lead on this? Or at least not me.
Yeah,
Because I'm ill prepared and equipped for this situation.
Sure,
As
I
the
guess.
only thing I'm good at right now is kick flips.
Are we talking? Is that the situation? Are we investigating? I'll investigate around here. You will have to put me down, though. Thank you.
VR, do you still want me to carry you?
No.
I didn't want this. I don't know. I didn't know that. You could have told me.
I've been saying.
You didn't say it exactly. You just said, you're just like, let me go, put me down. You said, I don't want you to carry me. If you said that, I would have known.
You and I'm actually insane.
Yes.
Make investigation checks to investigate the bodies, the church, things of note that are worth looking at. The dead bodies, the blood everywhere, the church itself. You can look inside. Many things to do.
Any chance I could make perception checks?
Wait, can I?
Yeah.
Can I help?
Yeah, you
On
can help.
account of that 30 wisdom's gotta do something.
Viari,
Sorry,
for the first time in your
hold on.
life, you have 20/20 vision.
Viari wasn't bad at perception before, I'll have you know, but Ace did ask. Ace should.
Yeah, 28.
You look around and, it's kind of odd as you look at these bodies. The bodies themselves, they don't look like they were mauled. They don't look like they were, like, torn to pieces. They look efficiently killed. They look like they were cold rather than necessarily, eaten by a creature or a beast. You've seen enough corpses at this point to know that beast corpses look a certain way. But they look like they were killed by some sort of sharp weapon.
Does it look like a nib weapon?
Do you have weapon proficiencies on this current character sheet?
Yeah.
It's impossible not to have weapon proficiency.
Yeah, I have many.
Many? Okay. Please make an intelligence check, but you may add your proficiency bonus.
Ooh.
I did just realize this solved one problem I've had since the beginning of the campaign.
The insight problem?
The insight problem. I love that you knew immediately.
I did. I'm like, as soon as Brooke realizes she's gonna be happier.
You don't understand how painful this is. It gives me anxiety to not have my main stat be my main stat.
We play such different kinds of D&D. It's so
I
funny.
know. It's who I am as a person. Anxiety is just there.
It's who I am as a person.
I'm gonna use a portent. No, I'm not. That's a 14.
Looking at the weapon, looking at it being, looking at the slash, it just looks like it was some type of sharp implement. It's hard to tell if it was a nib weapon, it's a long sword, or some other hunter
Someone
weapon.
just walked through here and just killed everyone, so it could be Nib or Beatrice. I can't imagine anyone else having a reason to. To be fair,
Nib.
and everyone kept pushing against it when we were initially here, and our goal was to solve the problem. One of the ways we could solve the problem, as has been the case with every world we've gone to, is just simply kill everyone and there's no more problem anymore.
This is true. This
That's
is
true.
a fact.
No one else wanted to do it, which is fine.
No one
Listen,
else
I'm
is
all
on
for
board
killing.
with
I'm
my
all
nuclear
for
option plan.
murder, but truly, I need to emphasize. I am all for murder, but like too much murder, it's like it loses. Like it's like je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi.
That's like the 3 words I know in French, besides poisson, Steve.
Steve.
One of those words isn't French.
Poisson, Steve.
Do you speak French?
Il est orange.
Badly, but yes.
Remember, he
you sure it's
cosplays.
not
He comes from
Quebecois?
the French cosplayers.
Yeah, you sure it's not Quebecois?
Je m'appelle Michael.
Not the Canadian
Ça va
French.
bien. Très bien.
Oh yeah, I know other French. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
It's
yeah, I know
rare
what
that you're
you're
going to
the
get
butt.
started with French, but I think they're
What?
justified in hating outsiders for how they speak French.
Okay,
Oh,
first
yeah.
of all, the French are not justified in anything, and let's get that straight.
They did make Expedition
Right,
33,
sure.
though. They did make a cool
Except
game.
for this.
Except, you know what? I think the French are allowed to hate me for how I speak French. I think that's
You
fair enough.
specifically, yeah.
I've got a horrible accent. I sound like I'm from a country that doesn't exist. Like it's a bad time. Anyway, let's talk about
Does Canada really exist?
South
hard-
Camfrica.
South Camfrica, you know. But you guys find yourselves looking at these bloody corpses, looking them over. Once again, A's has turned up nothing on what this weapon could have been. Someone else can investigate if they so wish.
I'm not good at that. VRE, it's all on you, dude.
I'll investigate.
All right, investigation check, please.
Okay. She's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Um, 31.
This weapon is distinctly not Mr. Nibs. Mr. Nibs attacks with fierce stabbing and thrusting motions and would rip if he was to slice at somebody. It would not slice cleanly. This is a fine instrument.
Bloodshed. Does it look like bloodshed?
Bloodshed could definitely have made these marks, but I will not rule out that somebody of incredibly high skill could also have.
Okay.
I don't want to rule that.
Does anything about this situation feel like it would be possible, easy to associate with any of the gods? Like does this, you know what I mean? Like reflect
Everybody religion
something you
check
can-
at advantage.
Religion tech at advantage.
Damn, religion is somehow an int check. That's crazy work.
And with advantage.
28.
Nice. 29.
18 was my advantage.
Damn, that's
Yeah, well, my
tough.
first roll was an at 20, so I was like, well,
Oh, that's fair. My second roll was a 6, so I don't want that one.
A's and Godfried. It's hard to associate this directly with some of the gods. There is blood everywhere, which does kind of notate bloodshed, as is her name. She does only kill with reason. So I'm not ruling her out, just saying that you don't have a reason yet.
Well, trying to kill us, like getting to us, feels like a
but you didn't
reason.
need to kill all of them to kill us.
Yeah, but if Beatrice was here, they're probably also like trying to take out Beatrice while they're coming after us.
Maybe.
I don't know. It just
Yeah.
feels similar to finding fate right before Beatrice.
All right. How do you proceed? Do you walk inside? Do you want to do anything else before you go in?
I say we walk inside.
Before walking inside, Viari has something that I have never once in the entire campaign ever brought up that I remembered recently, and that is the blind sight within 10 feet. Can I detect anything on the other side of the door?
Yeah. Running liquid.
Running
Blood.
liquid? Blood?
Blood.
Ew, that's
you
gonna
said
be
the
really
sloth.
gross.
Blood.
I don't suppose Viari is clever enough to know the difference between the viscosity of blood and versus water versus like
I don't know if you
fucking
took
milk
that.
or
If you took
something.
that 30 int, I might have given it to you. But with the 30 wisdom, you're wise enough to
Yeah.
know that running liquid in an underground tomb is never a great thing.
Well. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no traps or anything on the door?
No traps.
Great. Shall we proceed?
Let's go.
Open your.
All right. You open your door. Opening the door reveals blood. Good job, VR. You found it out. You also find inside is, first of all, another dead Beatrice.
Whoa.
This raises questions based on stuff that you have told me about this fight that I'm very worried about, that I can't ask on account of it would spoil it.
Yeah,
But the mechanic you
Spoiled for
described
you?
has me stressed. Yes.
You find also there is inside, sitting almost contemplatively, meditatively, is the beast, the creature that lived in the basement. With its gnarled antlers, wolf-like jaw, and long, hooked, clawed fingers. You see, you're looking at after examining the corpses outside, you quickly put together that the beast is the one who killed this Beatrice.
Hey, mate.
She tried to kill the children. Take them over. There are 3 more here. 3 more that stink like you.
We're here to kill them. We want only the best for the children.
This church was not to be a place of blood. You kill them. And when you're done, we fight.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Do we have to fight if we want the same?
I know
Me?
I'll lose. I don't want to be in this church anymore. And I cannot leave. But I
Okay.
won't die outside of battle.
Okay.
Go.
Thank you.
Offer that I made when we first met still stands, by the way.
That being.
That should you wish a place after, you're welcome to come to my domain.
Beasts don't get after. We're stuck. Forever. Chained.
Oh, forever is not going to last that long, so.
Go quick. I can't be here any longer.
He goes back to closing his eyes. You realize he's clasping his hands in prayer.
I think we should prepare and then try to stealth in, right?
Yeah. Godfrey, are you okay to kill your moms?
Listen, you tell me where to go, I'll kill anything there, alright? I got no problem with nothing.
Love you.
Love you too,
Okay.
buddy.
So, quick game plan before we're into this.
Yeah.
Last time we fought Bloodshed and she was a fucking arseache on her own. If I could just double check the mechanic when we fought Bloodshed, was that contagious? Was it like if you were within a certain amount of space within one another,
Yes. 10-foot
Okay.
range, contagious blood.
all right.
And what did that do?
I have
Oh, the bleed stacks.
It was bleed.
bleed stacks. That was the introduction
Yeah.
of bleed stacks. We're gonna have to clear those as best we can. We also probably want to be focusing on. Do you think she's immune to bleed stacks? She probably is, right?
She'd have to be, right?
Yeah. Do we go like wounds and sleep wounds and what else do we want to?
What a great question.
We also probably want to pick which one of them we're going to target first when we go in there, because I think we hard focus one of them
Is it worth just restricting one of their just restricting them until we can
Honestly, yeah.
we can well, you all can take them out.
Probably. That sounds good.
Because with Godfried and your abilities, I think damage
Yeah.
output, if we can just hold them in spots so you can hit them, I think there's something worth that.
I honestly don't know how dangerous warfare and cruelty are.
Probably not great.
Probably not great. But we know
We know exactly the
devastating-
manner in which bloodshed is bad,
Yeah.
so perhaps we should hope that they're not
So if-
incapacitating.
if we shut down, if we shut down, cruelty is gonna suck. And I, Brooke, know the precise way how, but I can't say anything. So I am making all of this assuming that Viari doesn't know, and I want you to know I'm being so good about not metagaming right now, Michael.
Appreciate you.
We
But,
know
like,
how bad bloodshed is. Let's just shut down bloodshed.
Okay, it's just that cruelty's going to be cruel is the thing that worries
I think we
me
target
about
her first. I think we target cruelty first.
I think cruelty's going to suck. I think warfare is predictable. We know exactly what bloodshed is going to do, but it's going to be worse. I just feel like if we don't take down cruelty's going to do her shit, and we're going to be like,
I
oh, I
agree.
wish. Yes, Godfrey?
I think you're not giving warfare enough credit. It's not just warfare, it's the act of
So mad.
committing war, and we are at war. I don't think we're going to see him for a while. I think that's going to be the problem, is that warfare is going to be... Listen, there's a difference between tactics and strategy. Tactics is on the battlefield making decisions. Strategy is how to wage war. That is who he is.
Right.
He is going
But
to
then the
coordinate
war could
everything.
be more or less cruel, but the cruelty could have more
Oh,
or
the war
less
could be
strategy. And
very
then there's just
cruel.
fucking
I
blood
Look, all right,
everywhere.
let's agree. All right,
Cruelty is a big
all right.
one. But
All right. As the wisest among us,
I pull out a gun and shoot myself in the skull.
You can
Hear
also
me out.
shoot Viari if
Hear
you
me
want.
out.
You
You know
shoot
that
Viari,
gif
then
of
shoot yourself.
Cillian Murphy?
we neutralize bloodshed off rip because we know how devastating she is, and honestly I don't want to be dealing with bleed stacks off the get-go. If we can neutralize her in any way, just shutting her down, stopping us from dealing with bleed stacks would be nice. We hard target cruelty. If it turns out the warfare is actually the real problem, then we actually hard target warfare. But if they manage to free bloodshed, we hard target bloodshed. I think bloodshed is our number one priority, getting her shut down, because bleed is so exponentially devastating.
I'll defer
cruelty,
to
then-
you for strategy. I don't even
Thank you.
hey,
I'm
cards
suddenly
on the
feeling really
table,
wise.
above board. I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna do this whole combat, but we'll figure it out.
Oh, I think, okay, on a very real level, I think first of all, I think warfare is going to have some insane armor, stripping that with the cantrip.
And that's
like-
not my business.
Hard focusing, right, but hard focusing the two that we want to attack with the cantrip that strips their armor.
You
Yeah.
can also keep in mind, Amelia, you also have the ability to make people skip their turns. So
Yeah,
you
no,
can-
I was looking
Yeah.
at that and I'm thinking to myself, which one of these is the least charismatic?
And also, if this plan goes badly, you can rewind the turn and re-strategize.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Top.
I'm aware.
I just you said you said you didn't know what you're doing. I'm like oh,
No, I know my options, but most of my I don't have like this is how I'm gonna deal 1,000 points of
Oh, here's a
damage. It's more
nuclear
like
bomb.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
feel it out. You know, like
Okay.
I don't have like a set strategy other than
Got you.
do stuff. And that's not a complaint. That's a feature. Okay,
Okay.
this is way less stressful for me.
Do we want to go into this having anything preemptively godcast? Because I'm kind of thinking Spirit Shroud.
What spells do I got? That's not it's not a spell I'm really engaging with these days.
That's so fair. Anti-magic could work for you. Not anti-magic, dispel. Is it dispel magic that creates the field, but you and your allies can still do stuff?
Yes, God cast Dispel magic. However, you need to target something with that. You can't just cast it on yourself. When you cast it at a thing or a target, the targeting rules for Dispel Magic still apply.
Okay, that's fair.
God casting anti-magic field has not yet been done, and that would still have the same rules as anti-magic field in the fashion that it would center on yourself. So that is something you haven't tried and could be an option.
Oh, let's do that. Let's put an anti-magic field on me. How about that? Let me, because I can do shit. People just can't do.
Could I quickly kind of check this, maybe with Aza's assistance, to see, do we expect that this will allow our allies to still be able to use magic in the way that Dispel Magic?
Make an Arcana check, please. I'm noticing my camera.
Do you want me to do that? Because I'm the smartest.
I would love some help, but I did roll a 39.
Okay, 39. You get the vibe. You don't get the vibe. You know that Dispel Magic and Anti-Magic Field are kind of like these weird spells that follow similar rules to each other. Anti-Magic Field Godcast would probably portend many of the same benefits that a Godcast Dispel Magic gives.
Okay, cool. Godfrey, do you have anything that you think you want to Godcast going into this?
Smite.
Smite? Okay.
I'm going to bob them.
I mean, ultimately, we could do multiple. If I want to go in with Spirit Shroud. That's going to put vulnerability on them.
I don't think it's that crazy of me to use my 9th level slot for Foresight.
Huh? I'm back.
Welcome back.
Interesting. What if you used your 9th level spot for, like, invulnerability?
I don't have that spell.
Oh. But do you have a Museum Apparatus?
No.
Oh, damn.
Pretty for all that in my future form.
That's so fair. Foresight, could you tell me what Foresight does again?
I can't be surprised. I have advantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. Other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against me.
Okay. That's not a bad idea.
I think advantage on saving throws, is worth it, TBH.
Yeah.
Is there anything with a lower level that could give you advantage on saving throws?
No.
Probably not.
No.
I can't think of anything, to be honest.
Best would be Bless. That would give a D6.
Yeah, but... what other 9th level spells do you have?
I've got Foresight. I've got Wish. I've got...
Hey, have you ever wanted a simulacrum army?
That's so stressful. I've got True Polymorph. That's all you need.
I'm not against Foresight. Wish is still so powerful. You know I love a good Wish cast.
What am I gonna fucking use Wish for?
Well, the thing is, Wish also allows you to use its other listed effects without having to roll the 33% thing. It has a bunch of other effects that it...
Yeah. I mean, allowing up to 20 creatures that I can see regain all hit points and end all effects like described in Greater Restoration was Greater... How many stacks does Greater Restoration clear? Does it?
All.
Okay.
That's honestly not a bad... Knowing Bloodshed, that's not a bad thing to keep Wish for.
Um...
Would Viari have their Wish for today?
Yes.
Because they have like a simulacrum army.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Like at this point, do I just grab a
simulacrum? And that was like, you're asking me things from like a month ago. I don't know. Yeah.
That's so valid. I genuinely don't remember.
Mm-hmm. I will say.
I could use my... Oh no, this isn't a magic item. Never mind. I think it'd be really funny right now if I use my Wish to make a museum apparatus, but that is not allowed. Yeah, so either I can give us all a full heal, or I can force
it. Museum apparatus is allowed. Making a magic item is part of its effects. However, you do run the risk of not losing.
Is it one of the listed effects? Because the listed effects don't make you roll.
No. But
no.
Okay.
I'm not gonna risk it.
That's fair.
I'm gonna ask for final plans before going in.
All right, I'm gonna activate Storyteller. I'm going to Godcast Spirit Shroud.
Okay.
I'm also going to... My Simulacrum and I are going to have our echoes in front of us.
Okay.
Ready to go.
Godcast effects of the Spirit Shroud. Remember, it applies vulnerability to everything you deal damage to.
Can my simulacrum also have a godcast spell? I forget. I've asked this like 7 times and I forget every time.
Yes, it can.
Okay.
Yeah. And remember, it is also scaled to the appropriate level of what that is. Danny, Gottfried, any final effects before going in? I know you have to leave in a few minutes.
I really don't know what I should godcast if godcast anything. I guess I'll set
Shadow
up
Blade.
like I could godcast Shadowblade. Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, you've never gone.
My shadow. I'm gonna name my child Shadowblade. I forgot.
So to remember to godcast, you must spend a number of spells equal to 14 levels of spell slots spent,
Sick nasty.
and it upcasts as if it was able to upcast that high. So like,
Cool.
Can I assume we're at full health going into this?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember the last time I reset my sheet.
Give yourselves a little, except for A's who spent spell slots, and I remember them.
Can I give myself a long rest minus those spell slots?
Yeah, everyone get a spell. Everyone give yourself a long rest except for the spell slots I asked for today.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Because
Because I was like, all of my third levels are gone for some reason, and it's just kind
yeah.
you were casting a lot of erroneous sendings. I remember that.
yeah.
Like realistically, we would not be walking into a fight against the triumvirate of war without a long rest.
Yeah,
that
That'd be
would be
hilarious, though.
insane.
Godfried, so when you godcast Shadowblade, you cast the spell and you see a rune appear as if it coming from the Divine Contract. As you cast it, the rune is Shadowblade, a fundamental part of this world for some reason.
Fundamental load-bearing Shadowblade.
Load-bearing Shadowblade.
Shadowblade.
So all the effects of it being upcast are applied. So like it would be, I believe, 6d8 per hit.
Yeah. Okay.
68 per hit. Additionally, creatures struck with the Shadowblade must make a saving throw. On fail, the saving throw is an intelligence saving throw. On fail, they are incapacitated until the start of your next turn. Additionally, creatures struck by the Shadowblade are afflicted with a vulnerability of your choice.
Okay.
You got one vulnerability though, so this isn't like the
Sick.
Spirit Shroud where it gives a
Nasty.
vulnerability to everything. This thing gives one specific vulnerability and has a chance to incapacitate.
Got it.
I'd also
Okay.
like to say Fiari's going to fly, activate the flying ability so that
Okay.
they're making less sound, and we're going to
Okay.
try to like stealth in, I guess.
Did I cast
I get stealth now.
earlier? Did I use 12 levels of spell or 13? I don't remember.
12.
Okay. In that case, I know the wish would be clutch. However, I do not have 34 AC, and I also don't have 50 armor. So what happens if I god cast Foresight?
You can do that. Look, I'm not against it. I don't think it's a bad plan.
So-
I just wanted to talk through our options before.
No,
doing
I appreciate going through,
Yeah.
but I've found
Yeah,
I've
You
weighed and
see
measured.
a rune that you are so intimately familiar with at this point. Future appears as you god cast this spell. For the next 10 minutes, 10-minute duration, you cannot be hit with an attack. You can be hit by spell effects, an area of effects, but you cannot be hit by attacks. You will dodge them effortlessly. Additionally, you can, as a reaction, give a creature of your choice advantage or on all of their rolls for the turn, or disadvantage on all of their rolls for a turn. This reaction stays up as long as the spell is cast, and this does not take concentration. Yes, Danny.
I'm also gonna use my recharge stacks to get back all my spell slots.
Bet. All right. At this point in time, you hear what sounds like a drum. Thump. Thump. And a voice that is now a little bit upsettingly joyous. Warriors! Step into the dome!
Why is this the guy from Elden Ring?
Thunderstruck starts playing.
I will riddle with all your
Rotten hide! Come! We have much to discuss! Oh, traitorous wretches.
Well, that's rude.
I think we enter.
Mhm.
Well, I do.
Yeah,
Hey guys.
You enter. You see Warfare in full regalia. He has a cape. He has a centurion's helmet. He's holding a staff, a sword, and he has an extra arm to hold a shield. Cruelty, in her old and wizened ways, is sitting in a wooden stool. She is holding a barbed whip, razor wire, and is holding a landmine on a third extended hand.
Dude, me holding a lamb. Dude, me holding an IED ready to throw it at a tank. Dude, me facing the claymore at you.
You see,
Ooh.
you see bloodshed in her regalia, golden helmet, light and easy to wear clothes. The floor is already covered in blood, her blade dripping. So, Godfried, when did you turn turncoat?
When Alistair told me to, that's kind of when.
Ah, the classic. I never fell for that trick. I was too smart.
Yep,
for
I
it.
know you did.
I must say, I'm impressed. You've come a long way, all of you. You've committed vile acts of bloody murder, as well as incredibly well thought out plans. I'm proud to call you my trainees. But today is your final lesson. A lesson that I should have taught first, frankly. Don't turn on war. Cruelty goes, all right, I'm glad you practiced that, sweetie. I'm not as impressed. I am here to say I'm disappointed, and I knew this would happen from the beginning. That's why I never trusted any of you, and why I frankly didn't like any of you. We are sent here today to kill you.
See, she's lying because she's trying to be cruel.
Is she lying? Can I tell?
She didn't ever trust you, but she did like you. We are here today to kill you, murder you. We cannot let your plan stand. I encourage you to do the same to us. Don't fight thinking you can save us. Fight as if your life depends on it, because it does. Bloodshed doesn't say anything. She is, however, frothing at the mouth.
That's my other mom.
I started playing Thunderstruck for myself this whole time, and let me tell you, it really helps the vibes.
That's where I get the cannibalism.
What song was I planning on playing for this? I had one picked.
The Millennium
I have
music?
so much Metallica queued up too.
I wish I could play
Yeah.
Metallica. There is a song. Fuck, what is it?
Dude, you gotta do BFG from Doom Eternal.
Oh, you know what?
Or Rip and Tear. That's a good one.
Big Friendly Giant from Doom Eternal.
My favorite. My favorite Roald Dahl book. Big fucking gun.
I need you all to roll initiative. As Warfare pulls out, sits down at a desk that he plans for himself, and he pulls out a series of miniatures and cards and dice.
Is he about to play Dungeons and Dragons with? Oh,
No, he's playing Warhammer! He's playing Warhammer!
It's playing 40.
Oh no, I'm playing Magic the fucking Gathering, bitches.
Oh my god.
You use my own weapons against me. Oh, my initiative is so high, guys.
Did you make a deck just for this?
I repurposed one of my decks for this.
Here, I'm gonna put my initiative in the chat because I need you guys to see this.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Holy
I
shit.
think Godfrey's going fast.
He does a kickflip into infinity.
Well, I
Be
rolled a
the kickflip
15.
that pierces the heavens.
You know that one like old YouTube video of I think it's like a fucking like tiger or something in Skyrim just spinning off into infinity?
Yeah.
It's that, but it's Godfrey.
Is that alacrity a D8 or a D10?
D8.
Alacrity's a D8, yeah. 1 second, I'm missing a card.
Dirty 20.
Can we all pick what card game we want to play instead of D&D?
I want to play 40K.
I just want to play Uno. And I feel like
Oh my
half
God, I
my
was
shit's
thinking
Uno
that.
reversing.
I teleport in my Saturnine Dreadnought. My Saturnine Dreadnoughts. Sorry, my Saturnine Terminators.
And would you like to trade those for 3 sheep and a piece of wood?
I bomb your city. I have hit your battleship.
No. That's Yahtzee.
You sunk my battleship, I say as I throw a bomb in my bathtub. Yippee wahoo!
All right, got my commanders. Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What does this mean?
What deck is it?
Commander is a format of.
I know what
magic. Oh,
Commander
okay.
is. We're playing Dungeon Dragon stacks. What does Commander have to do?
He's designed a bunch of D&D mechanics based on Magic the Gathering. He talked about this literally like 2 years ago, and it's taken this long to see them. This is so silly.
All right, so Godfried with the 50 on the initiative.
Because my dex is crazy now.
Yes. What did everyone else get?
20.
20.
Okay.
Twins.
I'm just gonna say Viari goes
Would you like to go first? Wait, why?
Oh, sorry, I was
Did
making
we
a
not
decision.
get to?
Sorry.
Oh. I was gonna say, do you want to go first? Because Viari does a lot of little hits, and I don't know if your plan is actually to hit them with the cantrip thing that strips their armor, but if that is your plan, I would rather go after you.
Oh, my plan was to not cast a single spell if I could help it, but I could do.
It makes it so I do more damage, but look, it's on you. It's on you.
Yeah, but I could also just
wanna
give
do.
you advantage on every single attack, so you could be more likely to
Well-
crit.
Yeah, but they would still reduce the damage that I deal by a set amount for every single hit, and I deal a lot of little hits. That is valid,
Yeah.
and I see where you're coming from, and I see, yeah, it's more.
I think the thing is, if I use an action, that takes away, 3 action points, yeah?
2.
2, okay. And I feel like a lot of my stuff is based off of reactions and bonus actions, and I would like to have more than one option per.
Okay.
Alrighty. Godfried.
Oh, so do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
All right.
Godfried, Viari, A's, Lair. And all right.
Oh wait, no, I should go first. Viari.
All right.
Okay.
Viari and Amelia swap. And A's swap.
Yeah.
Godfried, before you take a turn, before you move, you know you're fucking faster. This is some bullshit about to happen. You watch as Warfare raises his hand, and you find yourself unable to move. As he says, I draw. He plays a card on the table. It's a red land. He taps one and plays Colossus Hammer. His commander's already on the field, as you realize Sir Gwyn is also Bloodshed, and he equips the Colossus Hammer to Bloodshed for free.
So I want to tell the chat something. Statistically, we've already won this because Offbeat's Sir Gwyn deck has won 0 times.
Also true.
I'm finna wash him right now.
You watch as he places the card, attaches it. You watch as Bloodshed's blade grows in size 10 times.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
His other commander, Rena the Demagogue, also known as Cruelty, is up.
Okay, that one statistically is less likely, but you know.
He's gonna cast Ink Shield.
Ink Shield would be really funny.
All right.
I'm being discriminated against.
You probably, I will say, you probably want to explain the Magic the Gathering stuff a little more.
Okay, so
for
here's how,
anybody
here's,
who
how,
doesn't
here's how it
inherently know
works.
it.
Basically, okay, basically, I have 2 cards on my table currently that are my Magic the Gathering cards. They are Cruelty, and they are Bloodshed.
Should we look up the mechanics to make sure that we understand this moving forward?
No, this is
Okay.
Bloodshed is I'm going to be drawing cards on my turn, and I have some abridged mechanics for myself to dig for cards through my deck. Every time I play a land, I get to draw more cards, basically, rather than the usual stuff, just to make it work for D&D. I'm digging through my deck to find weapons to attach to Sir Gwyn, and then I have another deck, my side deck, that is for Cruelty, that I can draw from randomly, but it's a smaller deck and I have specific cards. As well as there are other mechanics that are present in this. So it's gonna be silly.
All right, so I gotta go after Warfare first.
Yeah, Godfrey, you are now up. You see Warfare standing across him. He's at his desk. You see that in front of you are Bloodshed and Cruelty.
What if we shut down Warfare?
What's the range of everything? How far away is Warfare from me?
Warfare is, I will say, 30 feet from you, behind a desk, completely unassuming. Bloodshed is in front of that desk by 10 feet to the right and to the left. Cruelty is 10 feet to the front and to the left, and then Cruelty is to the front and to the right.
All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run in between them and intentionally bait out opportunity attacks from them.
Cruelty does not give you an opportunity attack. Bloodshed does make an attack.
Does the equipment count as magic? Like,
Yeah.
does the...
Yes, it does.
Okay. So, if we wanted to cast Dispel Magic, we could target...
You think of Dispel Magic as destroying equipment stuff, basically.
Okay, cool. So, we've got targets.
Yeah, you guys have targets. You guys have things to do. Magic the Gathering is more a fun thing for me. Think of everything I'm doing as a magical spell that I'm casting. And like many magical spells, everything can be counterspelled. Like in Magic the Gathering.
What would God casting counterspell be?
Let's try it. Alright, that is a... missing 2d6 in this roll. There's 12, 14, 19, 26, 46 to hit on Godfrey.
Yeah, I can't shield that.
Silvery Barbs is available. Would you like to cast it?
We're on action points, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Silvery Barbs.
Alright, 2 action points. 2 rerolls. Much later.
Can't shield that either. Alright.
Alright. You take a...
Much lower. It was 5 points.
I want, the first one was a nat 20. How was I supposed to know I was going to roll 5 6s? The strike hits. Following happens. First, an immediate 50 slashing damage is dealt to you.
What's my armor?
1/3 your AC.
Cool.
Additionally, $30 bleed stacks are applied to you.
Cool.
Do we remember the range from last fight? Like, we have fought her
10
before.
feet. 10 feet.
10 feet, okay. So we know to spread out. Would it be fair to say that we sort of entered the room with that in mind?
Yeah, you
and
guys did.
positioned
You guys,
that in mind?
are positioned
Okay.
away. Godfrey, what is the rest of your turn?
I'm positioned because I have all the movement. I have extra movement left over. I'm going to position myself behind Warfare.
Okay.
Make sure I'm doing this right.
I will say, even though it sucks to take a break right here, we can take a break right here so you can go to your meeting because you have a hard out.
This is true. Ugh. My first turn is always a setup turn for my second turn.
You've already set up, haven't you? When
Nope.
you were outside?
No, because I need to be able to target in order to set up.
Oh.
Like I have like my blood stacks active. I have my Bloodshed's Gold Star active. But if I'm gonna do everything else, I need to be able to see the person.
We can pick this up next week. Because you have a hard out.
I do.
I don't want to respect that.
I want to kill. I guess we can.
All right. Well, chat, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys had a great time. We're going to do some quick outros here. My name is Offbeat Outlaw. I'm on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch under the exact same name. I hope you guys had a good time. Amelia.
Hi, I'm Amelia Som. You can find me most places at Amelia Som or by going to links.ameliasom.com. You can find me on the podcast Unprepared Casters. On June 14th, we will be streaming for over the course of 12 hours to raise money for a trans lifeline. Woo! It's going to be fun and crazy and wacky. You should join.
Bet.
Hell yeah.
Brooklyn.
My name is Brooklyn Tuesday. You can find me everywhere at Brooklyn Tuesday. That's about it, though.
Danny.
I'm Daniel.
Excellent. And with that, that is it for stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. Come back next week and we can see how